What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna check out Stray and finish it up at 4K, and then I'll finally be able to play and get out of the random benchmark area I found. It'll be so fun. I'm extremely excited. So, we're basically all set up and ready to go. We got our controller, we got our laptop on our little board, and that's all we really need. And we're hooked up to our 4K TV, so let's hop into the game and look at some settings. All right, here we go with some 4K on Stray. So let's just look at the settings really fast, and we're going to start on low, but as you can see, we're at 4K, exclusive full screen, uncapped, no VSync. I'm leaving those motion blur and sharpness alone, but we got effects quality, shadow quality, texture quality, and mesh quality all on low. So let's hop into the game and see how it plays at 4K. Here we are, 4K, Stray on low. And just sitting here, it looks like we're already getting down to like 61 in some places. So that's not going to bode well for the rest of the settings, but whatever. With a game like this, as long as you can get around 60, I'm fine. Without a frame rate counter, with like FreeSync and G-Sync and all that stuff, who really cares anymore? As long as it's not going 65-30, 65-40, 65-10, and shit like that. That's when your gameplay, no matter what you have, will suck. Or if the game suffers from bad frame times, like DirectX 12 does, then it just stutters every now and again, just as you're moving around doing shit, and that's no fun. I really wish they would stop with the, I think it's the shaders. They just need to have shaders pre-cache at the beginning of the game, kind of like Far Cry 6 does, and Warzone does. I mean, there's a couple other games I'm sure that do it, but those are the two that come to my mind, off the top of my head. Anyway, still, we're getting good FPS though. I could have no problem playing this right now. And it still looks great on low at 4K, which usually does not happen. Usually low looks like absolute poop. Now I will say like the leaves and stuff look a little soft, but hey, what do you expect? We are on low. But the water and all that shit still looks great. The light and all that looks great. But why don't we go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is camera. Well, alright guys. Here we are in Stray, 4K. And we're already, even on low, dropping under 60 barely in spots. But we're still dropping under, I think we went down to 59 for a second at one point. And Misty heard all the cats making noise and she came to investigate a little, but it kind of freaked her out, so she doesn't know about coming in the room now. They're not real kitties, Misty. Well, I mean, their noises are actually made from real kitties, but they're not actually here. That's what I mean. Mega Muse. Go back up here. Up down to 58. I think 58 is about the lowest it'll go. But now let's go see how it does on the rest of the settings. Moving right along to medium on Stray here. Everything here is exactly as it was. We're not going to mess with any of that, because that would screw with our test results. But we did go and turn all of these four guys up to medium. So now, why don't we go ahead and jump back into the game and see how far under 60 we drop now. Here we are in medium now, or I should say on medium, not in medium, but still. Starting right off at the waterfall, and we're dropping down to 55, 52. It's a little lower than I'd like, but still not awful. And at least the frame times are not awful, so I'll take it. So now let's just run around. So far, I'd honestly say I'd have no problem playing this. Exactly in this. On medium at 4K. But low is probably going to be really slow, but probably still I'm hoping to be well over 30. As long as I can do over 30, I could play the game. Because if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't enjoy my Steam Deck, but I definitely do. Alright guys, let's head back the other way. We are the Meow Patrol. But now leaves and whatnot look a lot more defined. You can actually see like the little details in the leaves and whatnot, I guess is what I was trying to say. Before they kind of were just like, hey, here's a flat green object. Alright, let's hop back up here. And now, let's go ahead and move on. Alright. Now we're on medium settings, and we're getting down to about 53 as our lowest, but keep in mind this is the most hard to run spot. So it probably will still hit 60 a majority of everywhere else in the game right now. So it's still impressing to me, and I'm still going to call the game playable so far. I wonder what high will do. As long as high doesn't drop us all the way down into like the low 40s or 30s, I'd say that's still fine for a game like this too, really. That, as long as it's not juddery, but look at that, frame times are smooth as slope. And back to the waterfall. Alright though, why don't we move on to high and see how high does? Here we go with some high settings now. All of this, of course, is the same. I would not change this on you guys. That would, of course, invalidate all the tests. All of that is also the same, but now we got effects quality, shadow quality, texture quality, and mesh quality, all up to high. So, I wonder what it'll be like, so I guess let's just hop into the game and find out. Alright, and last up here, we got some high Stray gameplay, and we're at freaking 40s and 30s, but whatever, that's not so bad. It still looks absolutely awesome. In a game like this, I don't really care about having 150 FPS, to be honest with you. In a game like this, I'd care more about the visuals. Just as long as it's not like stuttering all over the place. I cannot stand stutter. And I think G-Sync and whatnot and FreeSync both help to alleviate that in almost every game, so unless the game itself is faulty, it still can't help with that. It's not a miracle worker. I've seen so many people think, oh, well, you got G-Sync or FreeSync, so it's just butter smooth all the time, no matter what. And in a lot of cases, that is true, but it's not 100% all the time. I wish that were the case, though. Trust me. That would be awesome. Maybe one day. Or better, maybe one day they'll just make games that don't stutter. That'd be even better. Oh, 420. That's what happened there. I stopped moving, and now I'm literally playing with my foot as I hit the bowl. Just moving forward with my one foot, and I'm kind of just hitting A and whatnot with my other. So if it looks like I'm playing a little funny for a second, that is why. But I'm not actually doing that while I record, so... Alright, see, that's why it took me a second to figure out how to jump up. But you don't want to miss 420. Alright, now let's set this thing down. That's me setting the thing down. Alright, now let's just run around a little bit since I wasted a little time just standing around. So let's make up for it by walking around a little. Look up at our little waterfall and whatnot. But yeah, still smooth even if we're not getting 60. I like how smooth the frame times are. I'm kind of glad I didn't try DirectX 12 mode. Well, alright. Now we are on high, and we're getting a lot less FPS than I was expecting, but Still smooth and a lot higher than 30. We're 10 FPS above 30. And smooth frame time still. So yep, I'd still call this playable. I could still have fun playing like this. Turn the frame rate counter off and just enjoy being a cat. Although I'm gonna have to have Misty get over this fake cat meowing thing. I don't want her to just not ever hang out with me while I play Stray. Oh, nope, I wanted to go look at the waterfall. There we go. I jumped down a little early there. All right, though. That looks like a great spot to end, so why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up. So, I figured I'd get one more person's opinion on Stray. Misty, what do you think about Stray? Do you like the game, Misty? Is that a yes? No, she wants food. But alright, let's wrap this video up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Stray. And even though we dropped under 60, I'd still say it's totally playable for a game like that on all the resolutions. And if you want to hit 60 all the time, just don't, well, not all the time, because we gotta remember that's the toughest place to run. So it probably would have still gotten pretty close to 60, you know, in the other areas, even on high. Just run on medium at 4K. If you want to stay at a higher frame rate as well. But now I'm excited. I get to go play the game and get out of that spot and have fun. I know it's a short game. I'll probably beat it in 1 or 2 sittings, but I'm still excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I know it was just running around the same area, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. And until the next one, peace out, guys.